Hey there, super excited to bring to you the next installment, the next episode of The Healthy CEO. And what I really love best about doing these on video right now is the fact that I can share with you in sort of that authentic way, that you can feel and see my emotion and see my passion for what it is that I do as a coach, as an instructor, as a mentor, as a business owner, as a mom, and all of those kinds of things. I created this series in order to help other women who felt like they were struggling with different parts of the puzzle of mom life, of family life, of leading a healthy lifestyle, of their career, of a business they want to create, and let them know that they did not have to give up any one part or piece in order to have the other pieces. I used to really struggle with that, finding that quote unquote balance, what that looked like, and realized it's not really about balance, but it's really about your mindset, how you view all of those things, and how to create the life for yourself where you feel that happiness, right? That peace is where you find that balance. And maybe that means there are some seasons of your life that you're busier in your career, or busier in your health, or busier in your family, and that's okay too, right? Kind of going with the flow and all of that sort of ideal. Going back to when I first started my journey being a young mom of three, I remember feeling so much pressure to be the Susie homemaker, right? To be the mom, to be the barefoot in the kitchen, cook, best all the things at home, cleaner, laundry. And what I really felt this pull was for me to pour into other women in a business sense. I really loved being a business owner and mentor, but I really did also love being a mom and wife and taking care of our home too. So that enormous pressure of choosing to have to choose was where this kind of all came from. So I'm excited to bring to you today's topic. We're going to be talking about the 6 reasons why you feel stuck in your health and your fitness goals. And, throughout the course of this series, talking to you guys about finding all these bits and pieces. So I'm hoping that by giving you little golden nuggets and tips every single episode is going to help you to take your situation that much further, wherever it is that you want to go for your goals. And I know from a lot of experience, I have been a coach in the fitness industry now for a decade. I have been taking care of my own health and fitness needs for 20 something years, but actually building and creating a career out of it for the last decade. So I have worked with hundreds of moms, hundreds of women of all shapes and sizes at different levels, just really trying to find the best route for them, and hearing the pushback and hearing the struggles that they face. And so putting this list together, wanting to share with you some of the biggest reasons why you can get stuck, why you feel like you're not going anywhere, and hopefully can kind of give you some thoughts and ideas of how you can push forward and reach those goals wherever you are in that process today. So this is literally in no order at all. I really just wanted to get my thoughts out and get this out to you as quickly as I could so that you could start working on yourself right away. So I would say, let's start off with, the no time objective that I hear all the time. I have all kinds of busy working moms that talk to me about the reason why they can't get going, or the reason why they feel stuck is because they just can't find the time. And if you know me, if you're following me, I call BS on that every single time, because we all have the same 24 hours in a day, right? And so what is it that makes someone over here more successful than over there, right? We've got celebrities and top entrepreneurs and business owners and CEOs who all find the time to do the things that they want to do. So really, it's not a lack of time. It's a lack of priorities. Now, I always like to say, I'm sure there are those people out there that really struggle with literally having the time. However, what I do love to share with my team and my clients is a time blocking exercise to help you find the time. It's simple enough to just literally take out a notepad, piece of paper, and number from midnight to 12 to 12, 5 a.m., whatever the numbers are, start at the top of the day all the way to the bottom and plug in all the things, right? So I start with, I'm sleeping during this hours, I'm working during this hours, maybe I'm showering, maybe I have appointments, maybe like there's this, and this, right? And then you see kind of like what's left over, right? Are you scrolling social media? Are you spending time binging on Netflix? Like, what are the things that you are finding yourself doing that you didn't even realize that you were like wasting? I mean, I'm guilty of it too. I am at a point now in my career and business where I am very intentional and very focused about my day because I want to have that family time at the end of the day. I want to see the kids' sports. I want to do all the things. So when I am on in my business during the day, I am focused and I'm setting timers and I'm diligent about that. And that includes my workouts, right? You do not have to spend hours in the gym anymore. Long gone are the times where you have to go to the gym, spend hours and hours and hours. Like that was the big thing for me. I needed something that I could do from home, get it in, get it out, get it done. Like the time that I saved traveling to and from the gym was like an hour, and then doing my thing can take maybe 30 minutes. These days, I like to spend a little bit more time some days, but again, you don't need to do that in order to be efficient and effective. Like, what's your goal with your fitness? To gain more energy, to lose some weight? I will tell you that the exercise part is 20% of the equation. The rest of it is what you're eating or not eating, and you're sleeping, and you're drinking the water and all that kind of stuff. So think about that. Want to challenge you, if you're thinking I do not have the time to incorporate something, then this is a good exercise for you to go through. Get into that time blocking. Message me if you have a question about that or need help. The other next big thing I get from people is I have no motivation, and like I so get that. Because when you are left to sort of figure things out for yourself, it is really hard to find that motivation, right? If you have you're not spending all this time alone, or you're just really not sure what direction to go in, that is a huge piece of the puzzle. So when I talk about our communities and being a part, like I love the idea that I am here doing my thing on my own schedule and my own time, my 30 minutes or 40 minutes or whatever it is, but then I can go in and check in with my community. And I don't feel alone because all the other moms are in there sharing what they have done today, sharing what they're struggling with, sharing their successes, right? I never feel alone. Part of what I do as a body partner is that I am surrounded by a community of other business women and a community of other people that are working on their health in all sorts of various forms. So I never feel alone. And I think more than anything, when I am a part of the community that I've created of women that are working on their fitness and their nutrition, we're doing things together. We're linking arms together. And that's so motivational for me because I feel like I can just be there with them and get excited together as a group. And I feel like, some of these things go hand in hand. We've got the lack of motivation, no time. The support aspect of it is another big one, right? So not only can you feel stuck when you have nobody supporting you, but what if it's like even the opposite? What if your family members or someone in your circle of friends is like saying, why are you doing this? They're like even downgrading it or making you feel bad, right? So a big part of finding the right support system is not necessarily the people in the community like we have, but also the communication that you need to have with your friends and your family in person with you, right? right? Because if you're not communicating to them how important it is for you to lead a healthy life, for you to make some changes, they're not mind readers, right? They might see you making all these changes and doing all these things and start to be like, jealous or questioning like what's happening there, right? So it's super important for you want to have that support at home, that you need to clue them in on what it is that you're doing and explain to them how important it is to you. And if they love you, they will want to support you on this venture. And who knows, it could be also something that you pull them into the fold on as well, right? Lack of tools and resources is a huge one. Like I get so many people that come to me where they're like wanting getting started, but they just don't know what to do or how even to go about it, right? So the really cool thing about being a part of what it is that we do as a community is everything is included for you. So you have me as your coach, right, to help and guide you get started. What are your goals? Where do you want to go with things, right? And so we talk it out. We figure out from the very start, like what it is that you want to accomplish, right? I will also tell you that it's not all one size fits all. And I think that's what's super confusing to a lot of people that are out there trying to navigate their way through fitness, nutrition, and the leading healthy lifestyle. Is there's all these trends, right? If you're on social media and you're scrolling through a lot of that stuff, it can be really confusing to understand what to do because that's marketing, right? We are seeing like this highlight reel of somebody's marketing and they're talking to you about what it is they want to sell you or what it is that they think is working for them, right? So think about it like this. We are like snowflakes. No one size fits all. Our metabolisms are different. We have different body shapes. We have different cycles in our life, in our sleep, and literally like there's just so many different variables when it comes to the human body. Not all people have the same results from look at people in general, right? Some people have big muscles, some people have small muscles, some people have big hips, some people have small hips. Think about it in that obvious way, right? Not one size fits all. So it's my job as a coach or any good trainer that you work with, that they help you to navigate what's going to work best for you. Filling out an assessment, having a deep dive into what it is that you want to accomplish, how you want to go about it. And I think a big part of that too is like, what's your lifestyle like? What resources do you have available to you on your end, right? And then I work with my clients and help them to match what they have going on. And as far as our team and our community, we have everyone from like people that work full-time to stay-at-home moms to people that have overnight shifts and things like that, right? So we always make sure that we're working together. We try to figure out how to put the pieces together based on those needs. And everybody that is a part of our community gets resources like daily inspiration. I have daily tasks for my people that are consistently working on their health, their nutrition. I have daily, weekly menus and meal plans. And so the lack of resources is never a problem when you're a part of what it is that we do. And my big thing is that it's not really about me, telling you what to do, right? As a trainer, as a coach, it's really about educating you and helping you to understand what's going to work best for you, and then have you sort of like fly away on and be able to do things on your own, right? So it's about education, figuring out the right steps. And sometimes that takes a little bit too. So you need to have that patience with yourself. You need to give yourself time to learn about yourself. What foods are going to work best for you, what fitness is going to work best for you, right? So having patience with yourself and giving yourself grace, and there is no quick fixes to anything. So know that it's not going to happen overnight. When I first get somebody started in my groups, we do start with like, hey, let's get started this month. But the idea is the first month, you're sort of like getting your feet wet. It's just a lot of information to learn and understand and take in. And then as we go forward, we'll continue to work together throughout the year and slowly progress you through those programs and things, okay? And I would say, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. We got the next one is the consistency. That's a big one that probably goes hand in hand with the patience, is being consistent, right? Because if you are trying something for this week and then you try something different next week, and then maybe you go over here and try a little bit of this, and then you heard this was good over here, and you're going to do no carb and this and intermittent fasting and all these things, and you're not sticking to one thing long enough, then you're never going to get anywhere. You're literally going to be spinning your wheels. And I have been there, okay? So the thing is there is no right one way to do things, okay? The right, best way to live a healthy, fit life is the one that works best for you consistently long term. So for example, if you're interested in something like low carb or keto or something like that, try it. See how you do. But if you're finding yourself like, okay, I have this conversation so many times, getting really great results from keto, but I fell off. That's what they'll tell me, is I fell off. I used to do keto, it worked really well. I think I'm gonna go back to that. You need to really be asking yourself, why aren't you still doing it? Why did you fall off? What happened? And chances are, when you look back at the steps there, it wasn't something consistently realistic that you could follow or sustain for your lifestyle, right? Same thing with intermittent fasting. A lot of people really enjoy that, right? But if you're struggling to stay consistent with it, it's just not the thing for you, and that's okay, right? And I think a lot of times we go through these phases where sometimes it might be okay to do some intermittent fasting, right? But then there might be some times when you're looking to do something different and you switch to time nutrition, right? So those are some things to think about. Being consistent. The way that you're going to change and get unstuck is by being consistent. And not every day is going to be a bed of roses. There are going to be those hard days. And that's why I drill home the part about the community, right? The last piece is lacking any one or piece of those puzzles, right? The fitness aspect, the nutrition aspect, the support, the community, the tools, the resources, bringing all of those things together and having a total solution was the game changer for me. For years and years and years, I was fine doing the fitness part, right? I actually worked out in order to eat fast food, go out, drink beer, all the things. Like that might have worked for a few years in my 20s, but it caught up with me. It wasn't then until I changed my nutrition that things really changed. And then a couple years later, I found my community and was like, whoa, mojo stepped in, right? And so having these resources, having these people to lean on, having the fitness at my fingertips, and being able to follow a program was huge. There are definitely, I mean, you can get success with fitness in any shape or form, right? Everybody's different in that way. But for me, having no guesswork, that was a big thing. I was busy, mom, working, ran our business. So being able to open up my calendar and just push play on a workout was huge, because I knew that if I followed 1, 2, 3 every single day of the week, it was progressing me towards a goal. I had XYZ goal. I just followed this 30-day calendar and I was set. And I didn't have to think about it. I just did what I needed to do, get in, get out, and get it done. These days, I have some more time to spend on my goals. I still really love having that calendar to follow, right? That really motivates me because I can look ahead and see what's next, and I can get excited. I actually get excited when I go to bed at night about the workout that I get to do tomorrow, right? And then the same thing with nutrition. It's mapped out for me. When I first was starting, again, I worked out in order to eat. And then when I opened up my first nutrition guide and understood that I needed to fuel my body for my workouts, like I was so under eating, it wasn't even funny. And I thought that I was like doing great. And that was like a huge game changer. I added the nutrition piece and I dropped 2 pant sizes within 60 days by just eating a balanced meal every single day. And the energy, my energy went through the roof. Like that was huge, right? It's like these stepping stones throughout the year. And then finding my community, finding the women that were just like me, doing their thing, pushing play, following these guides, like it was just a no-brainer. I felt like I was home. I felt like I was finally with other people that got me. And then, being able to, of course, create a business around earning income from selling the programs, selling the products, earning commissions from all the different aspects of what it is that we do as partners with Body has just been, again, the next game changer for me. So those are my 6 reasons. You've got no time, the motivation, lack of resources, no consistency, no support, lacking a piece of the puzzle. These are all things that I find super valuable on my own journey, and so many moms inside of my community have just flipped the switch on their thought processes. The last thing I'll say, and I talked about this in one of my last videos, was how important the mindset piece of it is. Because if you don't change your thought processes around living a healthy lifestyle, or what you think you have to sacrifice in order to live a healthy lifestyle, that is where you need to start, okay? Because it doesn't have to be horrible and scary. It's not about restrictions. It's not about dieting. It's about having more energy in your life, having more strength, having more ability to play with your kids, having the ability to age gracefully without aches, without pains, and have fun doing it. It's about contributing to your life, not the things that you have to take away from or sacrifice in order to have and live a healthy and fit lifestyle. So these are all things that are included inside of our online community. My March group is open right now for enrollment, and we are all about elevating our efforts this month. We are going into spring, right? And if you saw any of my posts this week, you saw how I shared like the first 4 weeks is when we're starting to learn. And then when you get into the next few weeks, this is when you start to build those habits. I just onboarded a woman this week, talking to her yesterday about how the goal for us is to build healthy habits that last you a lifetime, right? And so myself and her have been having conversations about what it is that you want to work on for habits this week. Everyone is different. She's working overnight shifts and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm working with her to figure out what's going to work best for her. My goal is to not only educate and inspire, but to help you to stay consistent and build those habits that last a lifetime. So if you would like more information about how you can put all the pieces of the puzzle back together and find your mojo in an effective amount of time, drop me a message and I will talk to you more about what our community is all about. I'm also going to put a link for you to fill out our accountability group form. So what I really love to do is find a little bit more out about you and your goals right now, and then have that conversation over in our email inbox. So I will drop that link below. If you have any questions or need help with any of the bits and pieces that I talked to you about today, please don't hesitate to reach out. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon.